Should have. Yeah, it was working.
All right, all.
No.
We're having technical difficulties as per usual. We have some microphone issues. Kabaza is here. You can hear him rattling around in the background there. Or maybe you can't. I'm assuming everyone can hear me loud and clear. If you're on YouTube, give us a shout.
Oh, I saw a light. No,
Told you.
it's gone. You can still hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, we can still hear you, mate. Just go with you. Would you believe that he's on his laptop microphone? It actually sounds all right, to be fair.
Yeah, the Macs have really good mics.
Would you believe it? Let us know where you are, where you're from, where you're watching. Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? YouTube? So funny. I posted a short because I just schedule the shorts on YouTube. I just put them because I feel like the title doesn't mean too much. I just named one PewDiePie.
Yeah.
It's doing great. Just naming it PewDiePie. That's what you got to do, man.
That's your favorite developer, right?
My favorite developer. Yes. Yes.
Oh, my camera is gone.
Yeah, I'd wondered if that was an intentional thing.
Probably.
Maybe. Oh yeah, and Kabaza is on Powerline now. You're on MagSafe, so hopefully, maybe the GPU will be able to, you know.
Still not.
There's still a bit.
Yeah.
And if you're on Instagram, you should see us vertically.
Okay.
Hello,
so
Instagrammers.
Now we're live on Instagram as well, and the mic should be now the correct mic.
It doesn't sound any different, mate. I'll be honest with you.
Because you don't have these headphones on. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know that kind of quality in my ear holes.
I don't know what to do about the video because it's not like this in the preview.
How many tabs you got open in your browser, Bao? How many tabs you got open?
To be honest, probably 1,000.
Give or take.
Give or take. Well, they are not actual tabs in Arc, you know.
No. Oh, we could talk about Atlas a little bit.
Oh yeah, that tweet, yeah.
Well, not even the tweet, just the update to Atlas being basically Arc. Looks exactly the same. There's nothing original in Atlas at all, apart from the fact that it's an AI agentic browser. But have you been using Atlas since they brought out the vertical tabs?
No, I have moved back to Arc completely. Have not used any other browser at all because
you're committed.
Yeah, I'm just back to the old good Arc that it was. Well, maybe not good because look at this lag. I don't know where this lag is coming from.
Do you pull your activity monitor up?
Yeah.
See if there's something that's eating up all your. I mean, I'm not great, but I'm.
No, you're
mostly
like
great.
So mostly. If I move my hand.
Best. Cheers for the like. Whoever gave us a like on YouTube. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you for the like. So my activity monitor, and let me share my screen. Share screen. Entire screen, yes, with activity monitor.
Anything going down?
Is that how you are going to hack me?
Yeah, exactly.
What is this number? How can it be even a thing?
Right, I need to zoom in right now. Let's have a look. Browser helper. Yeah, I know. I don't understand either.
Because it says percentage. How can it be 500%?
Go on. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Go to memory. Oh, you've got Dropbox. Dropbox is notoriously bad. There's the arc there.
Okay, let's kill Dropbox.
Trying to sync all the time and all that crap.
Granola. I don't need granola. Not right now.
Whoa, you force quitting it. Just getting rid of it. Browser help.
Yeah, I'm forced quitting because I don't have enough respect to just ask them to quit. I just put a pillow on them and shoot. Very graphic. Very graphic. I'm very, very mad at the video being choppy. Is it better? It looks like it's better. I don't know.
What are you doing? Any 3D stuff in your browser?
Yeah, I will show that. I'm making a game. So spoiler, I'm quitting web development altogether. I'm becoming a game maker. No, I'm kidding.
Kincaid's jumping in there. I kind of feel like Gemini 3 is on par with Claude. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Because you're wrong.
Let's see if my game is better than yours, because you got none.
I've got 0 games, to be fair, yeah.
Yeah. My game is flying, literally.
Well,
okay, the video is good. It looks better, isn't it?
It was probably that 3D game then. It's probably that 3D game eating up all your GPU. All those GPUs. How many cores do you have? I know it's a bit personal, but how many cores do you have?
Yeah, this is very personal. I'm on M1 Pro, so I don't know how many cores that has. I 10, forgot.
14, something like that.
It was 10 or 14. M1.
I was looking at M3 Ultras today. There is an amazing deal on eBay right now, London-based. $4,000 for the absolute top spec M3 Ultra with I think like 4 terabytes of hard drive space. Go for $4,000. I'm like, that is so. This is like the current. Hey, there he is. Yeah. That's like the current M top of the line, best computer out at the moment. 512 RAM.
That 512. That's crazy. Yeah.
4 terabytes of storage. Absolute max. It's 10. I think I put it in. I think it's like $10,000 new.
And they are selling it for $4,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild. I'll wait until the M4 Ultra before I think about that.
Yeah. All right. So let's go back to, I changed my I changed a few things.
How long have we been live for now and you're still faffing around?
Yeah, that's true. I'm still not ready because my mic was not working. And you have a mic that connects right into it. Okay. So this week we didn't have a lot of stuff, mostly Google stuff. So maybe we should just get right into it.
You can take us through site of the week, or are you not confident with this one?
No, I am. I love this one, but I want to go with the intro, and then go through it. So, okay, should I start?
Yes.
All right. So this week, Google announced a bunch of new stuff. We have Google Nano Banana 2, we have Gemini 3 Pro, and a new code editor called Antigravity that is going to replace Cursor, and it's free for now. All of this and a bunch of other things in this week's episode. This is Cmd AI. I'm Kabarza.
And I am Sam, and this is a week in AI design and dev.
Cool. So let's start with site of the week, shall we?
We shall.
Okay, let me screen share and come up with an intro for this. I found this and wait, let me actually do it properly, and let me actually see if I can do it. Should I reload? Yeah, I don't know if there is a reload animation. Oh yeah, let's do it with reload. Okay, so this is site of the week. I found this on Twitter and it looks absolutely amazing. I'm freaking in love with this website so much that I sent it to one of my clients and I was like, you have books, don't you? Should we do something funny with them? Should we do something fun with them to sell them? And I'm just scrolling now, but look what happens if I hover over them. The books kind of like come out of, like, you're grabbing them to take them out of the bookshelf, and then when you click them, they are like fully 3D immersive books with these like beautiful shiny look on them. You see the light reflecting, how nice it is. And this is just to, I don't know, say something about the book. And you see this navigation on the left. I absolutely love it. When you hover over it, you see the rest of the page gets an overlay, so everything gets, it has a like
The
very
focus
clear.
is like, yeah.
Yeah. uh, yeah, exactly, like the focus and the priority of things, so you can click around and go to the different books, different sections, or you go back to the shelf. And do you see that transition? How cool is that transition? Look, it's so good. And one of my favorite books, probably, like, this is one of the cool ones. The lighting, it's just so nice. I'm absolutely in love with it.
I love that the pages are kind of in the same sort of color or theme as like this
Yeah,
one's like a blue. It's even got the pearlescent kind of effect that the book
exactly.
has, right? What's
Yeah,
that? Dream Machine.
it's very seamless. So one of the reasons I chose this website, and I don't know when was it created, I don't know if it's new or old, is because of how seamless it is. Uh, it seems like they have put a lot of information, because if you look at each individual book, it has like a bunch of text and information, but they managed to put it all in a very navigatable page that is just so compelling. I genuinely spent like probably like 10 minutes just going through the website, clicking around, even though it's not particularly big, if it makes sense. It's just a few things that happen again and again. So I love really like this type of websites, and you see these details, like
That's
you
nice.
go
Yeah.
from this section to the next one, the
Yeah.
book the book is already there, and once you get there, you can start interacting with it. So yeah, that's that's really cool, and this is the website
I
of the week for me.
I wonder if this is CMS driven. Like that would be so cool if this
Yeah,
is CMS driven. Like I don't know what you would do. Would you upload a mat, like a, what do they call it when you apply like a material,
yeah,
and then the CMS will kind of generate books on the fly with colors, or whether when they release a book, it's like, right,
yeah,
get the developer in, we need to add a new book, because that'd be a pain in the
yeah.
ass if they've not done that. And not to say that they should, but it might not even be possible.
Well, these are 3D models, and what is really important about these is to optimize them, obviously. Like, the optimization is probably the most important part of the work here. But as of it being CMS driven, why not? Like, if this is a 3D file, you would upload the file, and then the gradient, or like the background, could be generated. There could be also a toggle for it being a single color or a gradient, or like generated by the code based on the colors here. But I bet there is more work into it when it comes to 3D objects like this. I'm not sure how they did also.
Well, it's just one model, right? look at those books.
No,
Are
they
they
are
different?
different. Yeah.
So
So
okay, so it's a unique model then.
yeah, so even the textures, like look at like the textures on these. I'm zooming in. You see, it has a very, very realistic texture. I assume these are patterns that are repetitive, so they don't eat up as much memory. That's how I assume it's made, but I'm not 100% sure. It might be also just the model. When we say the model, we mean the 3D model. What I can do is I can clear cookie and clear cache and let it reload. So yeah, that's actually quite fast. And let me do it again here. I'm gonna clear cache and let it do its thing. It's quite fast. It's not like people see 3D websites like this and they're like, these are bad. These are like bad for user experience. These are bad because it takes a million years to load, but it really doesn't.
It's bad because
I'm
it slows
streaming.
down your GPU and you have to shut down things so you can stream, doesn't it?
Yeah. If you have to stream and go through a bookshelf like this. Oh, this one. This one.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Look at this.
You know, it's impressively performant, but it's not. You know, sometimes you can be clever, right? And you can be clever with things where the design, the simplicity of this design, really lends itself to say, well, all of the power is put into just showing a nice book. It's not, you know, there's nothing crazy all over the place. So, yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah, I don't know exactly. Like, I'm still very early in this world of development, and especially with 3JS. But if my clients say, okay, this is really cool, let's do something similar. I mean, obviously I could find a developer and I have people in my network to do something like this, but that would cost a bunch of money. That would be quite expensive. But we could, as you said, be clever and do something that is very close to something like this, not all the way 3D. Maybe we could also get away with just a bunch of images and not have it rotatable, for example, because I'm not getting a lot of benefits from seeing the whole thing.
You wouldn't be able
like
to see the shine, would you? You wouldn't be able to see the shine.
Well, you could. We could still add the shine with some CSS effects. We could add the shine. It depends on like how we would approach building the whole thing. There could be ways to add the shine.
Very cool.
Yeah. But this is really high quality, really performant. I love the way the navigation works. But I want to mention a few things that could be better. It's not as keyboard navigatable as I wanted to.
I was going to ask you to tab through.
Yeah. So for something like this, now I'm using my arrow keys down and up, and it's working. It's scrolling like a normal website would scroll, but I don't know, I feel like I would want it to go through the books one by one. If I tap through, it works, but it's not perfect, but it works.
Yeah, I don't know where I am. No idea where I am.
Yeah, that's the issue. Exactly.
Oh yeah, there we go. It kind of comes out a little bit, but yeah, you need like you need some more.
Yeah, exactly. And I would like the tab, when I press the tab, I would like to somehow indicate it in the menu.
Ooh, something's going on with your microphone.
Oh, is it peaking?
Speak again.
Is it peaking? No,
It just went really echoey for a moment, and now it's clear again. So maybe
okay. It should be fine now. Cool. So yeah, and when I'm here, that I can tap between the menus, but then I lose the focus for where I am. So it's not really amazing in keyboard navigation. So yeah, that could be better.
Still very cool. Very cool. I'm not sure about just the black background on that homepage. I'd love it if like that, not black. Maybe it's like just a color or something, you know?
Yeah, probably. And also the rest of the website could be better because the start is just so good, and this is not it to me. It's not just the same quality. Same with this, same with this. And by the way, all of this is from Stripe. So press.stripe.com.
Do you know who made the website? Whether they got an agency in or?
Not really. I'm not sure if Stripe does this kind of things internally, but probably an agency takes care of something like this.
And do you know what technology it's built in?
This is like very obviously 3JS.
No, I mean,
if we
like,
come here. The CMS, it says WordPress and
it's just a
Contentful.
WordPress website. There you go.
Well, it says
WordPress and Contentful. That's a bit odd, isn't it?
This just doesn't.
Maybe certain aspects of it go get stuff from Contentful, but I imagine it's a WordPress website.
Okay.
Inspect the code. A little look at what the code's saying. Custom CSS classes, but kind of look a bit generated. Do you want to open up the head? Oh, what's Plasmo? What's that?
Yeah, what is Plasmo? Shadow root.
Let's just yeah, scroll down a little bit. Just scroll down just a little bit more. Yeah. Let's try assets. No, nothing totally clear what gives it away, to be honest, which is interesting.
Yeah, but I bet if you like go into details and dig, you'll find.
JS. Don't know. It is unclear.
Now that we are at it, by the way, let's see how the mobile experience is. Oof, that's kind of rough. Let's refresh.
Yeah.
I don't know why it looks like this.
Maybe I can kind of see maybe what they're going for. I mean, the logo it's been designed that way. Look.
Yeah.
You can see the logo looks tidy up there and whatever, but it's just not clear. I think they need to. It needs to turn into more of like a 2D experience in mobile, just like you just see the spine of the book or something.
No, like it's still full 3D. It is responsive. That it's just that they decided to zoom in a bunch more.
Very cool.
Yeah. Super cool.
Site of the week.
Site of the week.
There you go. Look at that, handsome. Just to let everyone know, I have got a video on this if you want to go through to my channel. But like this website was completely like I vibed everything. And I don't just mean the code. I mean the design. I mean the strategy, the wireframes, the content. Everything was like done completely with AI because I wanted to see how far I can push it. And the AI even just did loads of research on me and stuff and put together the content and whatever. But I have a whole video on it. So I'm pretty proud of it. I think I know I want more to do with, but what I want to do more of, but it serves a purpose, you know. Anyway, that's second site of the week. Cool. Should we get on with the main event?
Yeah.
So Kincaid here thinks it's Gemini 3 is on pliable chords. So at long last, Google have rejoined the chat with their latest bombshell. Gemini 3, I've fucked that up. I'm going to just do that all again. At long last, Google have rejoined the chat with their latest bombshell, Gemini 3. And it's exploded onto the scene with a plethora of products, including the slightly disastrous, I think, Antigravity code editor. So, yes, just to kind of go through, I think it's disastrous, but just to go through a few things. So this is something we've been waiting for a long time. Like it's been teased for a little bit. I was looking this morning, actually. I think 2.5 was released about 5-6 months ago, which is crazy when you think about it, because at the end of the day, you know, we're used to waiting kind of multi-years for like new drops, but this is the age of AI. This is where stuff moves fast. There we go, over 6 months. I wouldn't say it was leading, whatever. But anyway, Gemini 3 is obviously the latest model, and it's completely multimodal. So video, images, text as input, which is incredible. And looking at all the benchmarks, we don't want to go through these too much in depth, but it is smashing, you know, 4.5 and 5.1. It's killing every single benchmark minus one Kincane, which is the SWE benchmark, and this is the coding benchmark. The vending bench, which is a really interesting one. Sonnet was the leader of that. This is where the AI is tasked with just managing a vending machine, and it's got to manage profits and loss and, you know, pricing and all this kind of stuff. I'd love to see it in action, but Sonnet was the leader of that, earning nearly 4 grand, whereas this one is pushing 5.5 grand it's earned from the vending bench, which is really cool. So some really impressive numbers there. Do I go back? Oh no, I wasn't. Was I sharing my screen? Sorry, I had to open on another thing, but you could still see it. There's where I was talking about. You can see the zoom. Cool, interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, keep on going. We've got humanity. This is, you know, bridging on scary. Humanity's last exam, which is a really, it's supposed to be the most difficult test for an AI to do, and it's got to at real time kind of figure out a pattern. There's a bunch of patterns. I mean, shall I humanity? I'm just searching it. Exam. Let's have a little.
I've done the ARC AGI exams, but not that one. Have you done any of them? Like trying to do the tests?
No, I haven't.
They're fun.
Okay, maybe this article might visualize it, but there's some kind of, oh, maybe not actually, but no, we can forget that. But it's there's some patterns and things like that the AI has got to kind of understand the pattern in real time and then solve the puzzle. There's like loads of colors and things like this, which a human can do. Like you can look at it. It's really hard to explain without actually showing it. So sorry, I'm going to not do that. But anyway, let's look at the numbers here. 37.5 without tools, pushing 41% with tools. Now, the current leader was GPT-5 Pro at 30.7. So huge jump. I mean, look at Sonnet and Gemini 2.4. Look how far behind Gemini 2.5 Pro. So this is actually insane that we're getting to this sort of level. But it's it's crushing in pretty much all of the benchmarks. And what I think is really interesting, I'm just flicking through the article here just to see if there's anything more. No, there's not. What's really interesting is that they've launched it and they've just basically chucked it into everything. They've really made they made a bombshell with its, how do you say, its launch. They put it in, we'll go through Antigravity in a bit. They put it in Google Stitch, which is a design tool, which we'll go over in a bit. They've given loads of people early access. So we're going to go over Replit in a bit. Replit have already integrated it. A bunch of apps have already integrated it because I think they just prepared for this big release. Mm-hmm. And of course, Nano Banana 2, which this is kind of based on the multimodal capabilities of Gemini. So that's the launch. Let's go through some of the stuff that they've demonstrated. So I've got a couple here, and I wanted to show you what it's like with its web design capabilities, because they gave my favorite code tool Replit early access, and I gave it the task of designing a website. And this is what I come up with. Can I shrink this a little bit? So by comparison, you know, there's some things that are broken here, but by comparison, I think you need to look at the details, or not even the details, but just, the collection of everything before, like, whereas before it would design things and it would just it would basically be a glorified wireframe. There was no creativity, there was no nuance to like what the app you were building and the design of itself. Whereas I feel like this is very in tune with the recipe app. Little things like the button here is kind of like this dotted stuff. It feels very paper, very textured, and things like that. There's a correlation between what I asked it to do, what I asked it to design, and the actual output. Now, this is using a new design mode inside of Replit, which apparently is completely free at the moment, and you can get it just to design your thing. And this is kind of what I did. They've also chucked it into Stitch. Now, I wasn't that impressed with this outcome. So here's my website, the thing I told you that I've just completely vibed. So it's quite cool that we've already spoken about this. And then yesterday, before Gemini 3/Nano Banana 2 was put into this, I asked it to redesign this website. And first of all, I said there's a YOLO thing when you ask it to redesign. There's YOLO. And this is what it came up with. This is not Nano Banana 2. This is just the normal. This was whatever it was using before, maybe 2.5 Pro or 2.5 Flash. Kind of like this one. This is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is kind of the design. And then I wasn't too happy with that. And I was like, well, just do a slight redesign of what's already there, because you can, again, choose these different things. And not too much difference there, just a subtle things, different change of color there, different change of fonts there. And then this one completely broke. So the good thing with Stitch is that you can actually, and this is what I did, you can download the HTML that creates this. This is fully responsive. Like if I just...
oh, that's cool. Can you?
Yeah, I love Stitch. So there.
Okay.
I mean, it's super long, but like...
Yeah.
If I do this thing, it starts to become
But
make
you
more,
get the
more
idea.
sense sort of thing, And then I reran it earlier today with Nano Banana 2, and I wasn't too impressed. I mean, this is kind of what it came up with. Not really.
Yeah.
Certainly more creative, I think. I mean, look at that. It's giving me a satellite thing with like, different areas and whatever.
Yeah.
God knows what. If I make it longer, what does it do? No. Sometimes it just there's content that it's hiding, but no, it's like a one-page thing.
So this is like HTML, like with CSS, everything is ready.
Yeah, exactly. So I can actually export or view. Well, I can put it into Jules. This is actually very interesting. I can put it into Jules. I can put it into AI Studio, which is. Have you got something running on AI Studio which we can take a look at, or is it in Antigravity?
No, I have AI Studio, also something running on it, but
so here's the HTML that makes up the design. You can also, yeah, I think they've changed. Hang on, you're sharing your thing. Hang on, 2 secs.
Yeah.
So they've kind of pushed and pulled like this Figma integration, but this is all the code. You can copy that. You can download it. You can do whatever you want in it. So yeah, I like this tool. It's pretty cool. Let's click. See, put it into build with AI Studio. I don't know. Anyway, and then down here it's like a redesign thing. So what they've added is that I can select this, redesign with Nano Banana 2, and then actually provide some sort of design, some sort of prompt to actually what I want it to do. So a little bit more fine-grained control. So yeah, and they've kind of just put it in everything. So did you want to? So have you got AI Studio up there then?
Well, you asked me. I was just showcased. I was just going around and seeing what is there, and this project also.
Oh yeah, physics simulator. Did you prompt this, or is this just a template?
No, this is just from the. What's it called? Like they have like some ideas that you can remix, and they're okay-ish. Some of them are fun. So you saw this one on the Google article already mentioned, and it's a game apparently. And
Oh
I
yeah, I
think
saw something like this. So they actually did a live stream when they launched Gemini 3, and I was watching it. It was AI Studio, and they just got a bunch of people just to create a whole heap of stuff, and they're all joking around and this and that, and there's some
this is
incredible
cool.
stuff that they were creating, just one shot prompting it. And I think it's the creativity aspect. Yes, Kabaza and I were talking before the show about setting expectations. Designers, you don't want this to be better than you. You don't want it to be super creative, because that's what you want to do, right? The moment AI starts to be super creative is the moment you'll be saying, oh no, it's taken my job away from me. No, you want it to be a good starting point that, again, at least takes into consideration this is obviously an arcade game. It's considering that. And go on, have a look at what does it say at the top? What's the kind of like first sentence?
Create a polished, retro-futuristic 3D spaceship. Yeah, web game contained entirely within a single HTML file using Three.js. The game should feature synth wave, retro wave aesthetic with the following specifications. So
yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, you say about Gemini 3 being on par with Claude Code. I'm not too convinced. I've never thought. I remember when Gemini 2.5 Pro first released, and they were giving it away free with the Google CLI, which, by the way, has had some amazing, significant updates to it. However, I was never impressed with Gemini 2.5 Pro's ability to code. It's good at, like, as you're seeing here, it's good at like one-shotting things and just creating stuff. But I think once you get into heavy duty kind of like real world coding with linking to databases and building real life applications, this is where I feel like Gemini falls short. It's just not. Yeah, this was one of the games they showed. They made on the stream.
Use your left and right hand.
Yeah, it's a camera. You need your camera. You do this in front of the camera with your hands. This is that.
Oh yeah.
So you swipe down, swipe left, and swipe right. Look, you see a Beat Sabers.
Yeah, the latency sucks.
That's probably because you're running that 3D book website, isn't it?
No, I closed it, but like
fair enough.
I can't because the
but
latency.
This, to get this sort of game to, with natural language is kind of crazy. Like, use my camera to track my hands, and like this is wild. But again, as I was saying, for coding, I'm not all that impressed, and that's not just because of the SWE benchmark. Like, that just kind of further solidifies what I was thinking of. But right, you're I'll leave you play. We'll get back into this. But I do think that Gemini 3 is a big deal, much bigger than GPT-5, much bigger than GPT 5.1, because that was just a tweak, obviously, because it's a minor number. For normies, for like AI just in general, I think this is such a significant leap forward that I think it's going to be really hard to beat in any significant way. I think we'll have minor adjustments here or there. I don't know. I will probably eat my words, but I just cannot imagine AI getting much better than Gemini, what Gemini 3 is right now. I think we'll get marginal increases. I'll be very, very surprised. I basically think Gemini have won. I don't know. I'm probably just being controversial there. Because I'm not sure if people off.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Claude Code is better at coding because I haven't used it all that much. All I was saying that people seem to be very surprised by the quality or like the creativity and the looks of the code that Gemini 3 is outputting, and especially with anti-gravity, people have been using it. But I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be with anti-gravity. But yeah, I saw a bunch of stuff people shared on Twitter. But again, a lot of people were also sharing like obviously like creative and custom work, and they were like, look what I did with one single prompt. It's like just
Yeah,
being cheeky about
and
it.
no disrespect to these people, but who are they? Are they hardcore developers?
No. The people were like joking about it, but the quality, what I think why people were interested in the whole conversation was because for some reason when we ask Gemini to output whatever type of code when it's interactive and 3D, it's just a bit more creative than
Yeah,
others. It's
and
maybe more colorful, or like the layouts are not very dry and like the
yeah,
usual wireframing.
and I kind of was trying to show that with the recipe app that I built. The
Yeah,
creative aspect is something of note when it comes to Gemini 3. The design, the creative, I think that this is changed the game when it comes to building stuff. Like, it's going to be a great, and again, I think this is why Replit created this design mode, because it's I mean, look at this,
yeah,
it's no longer wireframey. And
no,
again, you're not gonna, I'm not a designer, but this is totally 100% good for me. Like,
yeah,
if you want to design, you're gonna you're gonna do your own thing, and you're not gonna want to vibe design anything because you want a very specific thing. But for someone who just wants something that looks kind of cool, this is absolutely great. And that was the first thing I noticed when I was, checking out Gemini 3, is the creativity aspect.
yeah,
The other areas where I think it shines is the general chat experience, right? Doing research. I mean, we haven't seen Gemini 3 Flash come out yet. Look forward to hearing about that. But Gemini 3 Pro, I think this is what we're dealing with right now, is Gemini 3 Pro for sort of deep research, for like just inference, basically. It's a really, really impressive thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the Flash model does. But yeah, I think the design aspect, the creativity aspect is significant. So yeah, I'm not convinced as good as Claude Code, but then again, I have a very tight setup with Claude Code. I have sub-agents, I have rules, I'm fully immersed in this ecosystem where I'm able to develop fairly efficiently with Claude Code. I don't quite have the same setup with Gemini. Maybe I'll get better results if I use Gemini 3 and whatever. But I'm so embedded in Claude Code at this point, it's going to be hard to get me out of it. But speaking of that, should we talk about Antigravity, which debatably we seem to have had different experiences with it. Like, I think it's a complete abomination. I think the design just looks awful. There's evidence that they've basically taken windsurf and applied a loose skinning over the top of it. There's even Cascade in the UI in various places, which is a terminology that only windsurf have ever used. And I don't know whether windsurf is, but I think they basically threw out windsurf after it was acquired by Devin. And I think they're working on something completely new, and Google kind of bought it or something. I don't know the ins and outs, but I mean, should we start with the website? Should we look at the website?
All right. So
I'll give the website is pretty good.
Yeah. So this is Google's Antigravity website, and it's pretty cool. Like this WebGL 3JS background animation that moves with my cursor. And if we scroll down, let me actually reload so we see more animations. So if we scroll down, we have some typing animations, and these animating. They are pretty good, but still, like, for my taste of, like, if I call this like a premium animation? Not really. They could have more details, but it's pretty solid. It's pretty good. And what I really love, like
I like this.
My favorite section is this section. So we have these dots, and if I hover over one of these, we get this icon being built at the background, and we see it's not static. The dots are slowly moving in to that pile, but it never like overpopulates. So they've done a great job creating this. It looks really beautiful. It's very responsive. It's really nice. Yeah, and
Really
then
cool.
the last part, when you get to the footer, you see the last three letters lift off, because the whole tagline is experience liftoff, anti-gravity. Speaking of which, I download on anti-gravity, and I created my best work yet. Are you ready to watch it?
I'm not.
You're not. So I asked it to create a flight simulator, because anti-gravity, you get it? Lift off. Enough to get it?
I get it. It should have
Yeah.
been a
So
rocket ship launcher.
yeah, so this is my plane, and like right out of the bat, it it flies
Looks good.
sideways. It flies sideways, and I can't fix it. I mean, I haven't been prompting that much, but it flies sideways. And if I want to go left, I have to press right. And if it's the other way around. But it works. After you figure it out, it works. And yeah, I could fly to the moon. Fly to the moon, baby. And then if I press shift, I speed up. Do you feel the speed, the anti-gravity? The
Yeah.
yeah, so so my first prompt didn't really work much, but I said like fix it. I didn't say how, because I couldn't see anything. It fixed it. Can we crash? Like, yeah, it doesn't have physics to crash it, but yeah.
It's a
But
family
then
friendly game.
a few more prompts, and this happens. And this has nothing to do really with anti-gravity necessarily. This is more like Gemini 3 Pro, which was, by the way, also to note that not available for a long time. Like, it was theoretically available for everybody to use, but you couldn't, because there were too much demand. And yeah, this is the look of anti-gravity. It looks like Cursor a lot, but Cursor is I still prefer Cursor
Oh,
over
sorry.
this.
I didn't realize I was
Yeah,
going to
sorry.
overtake you.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, like,
yeah, I
this
like Cursor
blue is
more.
just, it just looks like a very, very, very lazy VS Code fork. But it is VS Code, and it is version 1. So, can't be too harsh. But I'm surprised that you had it running in the browser, because you do have, I think this is actually my website. Oh, did you? Oh, okay. So I half expected the browser to be actually in the actual IDE itself. Let me do one thing. I'm going to stop my screen share, and I'm going to show you something. If we go entire screen, how do I crop it? Okay, I'm just going to have to do this. So it actually installs, this is quite an interesting thing, it actually installs a extension.
Yeah.
So I haven't tried this, and this is how it controls the browser. So this is how you were doing it in Cursor last week, where you were able to like query it directly. And this is a new feature of Cursor 2. This does it via an extension. So in theory, I think I could install this extension into Comet, which is a VS Code fork, which is quite nice. I will say that. I'll give it that. I mean, I can install this now into Cursor, which I have. So if I stop this, start it again, and blah, blah, blah. So now I'm back in Cursor, which is what I've been sharing my screen with. So I can add to Comet. I can add that, and now I can theoretically control. There we go. Oh, you can't see it. It's been extended. So I can now control Comet, which is something I can't do currently in my current IDE setup, which we'll go over in a sec. The other thing is the, where are we here? One thing they have done quite nicely is actually this thing called the Agent Manager. Oh, you can't even see that, can you? Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's, I want to share my screen, but I don't want to share my entire friggin' screen. But I guess I'll have to. And go like that. So it's this agent view here. Now, can you see that? It's got this idea of like inbox, and it's this idea of chatting with multiple workspaces. You can change your workspace, and it's kind of this one-stop shop for controlling a multitude of projects, along with the kind of Git work tree-esque type of thing where you can set off different agents to do different things, which is kind of cool. I don't know how the pricing works. Maybe we should have looked into that. I'm not sure what the pricing does, because I'm just looking here. It's actually got Sonnet built into it, and local version of GPT. Maybe not local, but you've got the open source version of GPT OS X.
Yeah.
So this is actually a really interesting, feature of Antigravity. Other than that, I haven't got anything. The code comparison thing is a bit rough. I saw some really dodgy styling as the diff, showing you the diff of the code. I don't have much more to say after other than that, to be honest. But
yeah,
I look forward to seeing what happens with it. But nothing surprising. Which a video has just gone out again on my channel. My coding tool of choice at the moment, which I'm really enjoying, is, let me have a look, see if I'm sharing the right thing. No, I'm not. Is Trey. And I literally did a video today. Is it this one? I think it's this one. What do you think of this? So this is a much more, in my opinion, a much cleaner VS Code fork. And in my eyes, it's specifically AI focused. So you've got this solo mode, which these are all my chats and things like that. Create a new chat. I can do planning, I can do coding, I can just do vibe out and build. And then I've got like a little browser here, which runs on the sideline here. I've been working with let's see if we can get this up and running. I don't actually know how to get it up and running. You've got some tabs here as well, which I quite like. So I'm just going to run pm run dev, get that going.
I like that the tasks are chats, and this is what was not so apparent to me using Cursor, that I would start a chat and then ask to do something, and then I would ask it to do something else, and then ask it to do something else. And then it made me think, I'm piling up this conversation and it's being sent to the AI every single time, like the whole context. And it's just so unnecessarily long in some cases, because let's say if a task is finished, I should close the chat and add a new chat and then start a new topic there. Essentially, it's per topic in a way. And then not necessarily like delete the chat, like close it, but still have the option to go back and say, hey, can you look at the code and fix that thing that is relevant? So it has it in the context. It obviously will look at the code each time, but having it in the context, like the memory in a way, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a working.
Because like I can jump between these, and I can rename it, so I can, whatever. It's just it's bringing this more natural language approach to coding, because as we were saying earlier, coding is not the output anymore; it's the product. And look at this UI. Now, this is not using Gemini 3. This is using Claude. I think it's using Claude. In fact, it probably obfuscates the model that it's using, because it's just in this max mode. But this was the UI that it put together. And this is very reminiscent of pre-Gemini UI, right? Looks fine. This was good. And if you go watch my video, I actually pit this up against Cursor agent. And I gave them the exact same prompt. And the design of Trey was much better than Cursor. However, Cursor was so fast, like blink of an eye fast. It was crazy, but the UI looked like trash. This one at least had a bit more to it, and it kind of worked a bit better. It works a bit better as well. So and you can also flip the switch then, and you can go into your traditional kind of experience where you've got the code, and you've still got the agent, but you can of course close that. yeah, you still have the classic one, but this is what they've just released. It's a solo mode, which again is the more conversational and whatever. And this is, I feel like I would probably need to use anti-gravity a bit more, but I was very happy with this, the way that Trey have done it. So yeah, that's all I have to say about about anti-gravity. I wasn't too impressed. I thought it was a bit of a lazy, rushed release, potentially to coincide with Gemini 3, whereas they could have cooked a little bit more and and release something a bit more impressive, you know.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of companies are moving that direction. So, and the UI is still very early. All of these switches that we see, to me, indicates that it hasn't been really figured out. So
well,
we don't know. Who is it we are building for? How people will use it? Like, what is the easier way? What is the preferred way? We don't know. That's why we have a bunch of toggle and switches to accommodate for all of that.
And that's why I like Trey, because that's still a VS Code fork. But they've really thought about how the UI looks from an agentic standpoint. You know, I feel like they've actually taken time. It's not a massive overhaul. You can still draw parallels between traditional VS Code, but they've just reduced the interface a little bit, especially in that solo mode. They've reduced that interface to make it more conversational, a bit less cluttered, and a bit more focused on what it is you're concerned with, which is my prompts and my output, you know. Moving, anything else to say?
No, not really.
On this, just the last one from Gemini, Google more specifically, actually, less about Gemini, is, we should maybe talk about the pricing a little bit real quick for Gemini. $2 in, $12 out. And that cashed at 20 cents and two. So it's not cheap, but it's not Sonnet. It's not Claude. But the price does go up when you start using over 2,000 tokens. Now, as a coder, I would be hesitant to really go over 200,000. This is my personal opinion, to be honest. Again, you start to get things, it gets dumber. The more context you give it, it just gets dumber and dumber. We'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, you know, thinking, it's actually quite expensive when it comes to thinking as well, though. That's the other thing. So whilst the prices might look cheap or expensive, actually how much it thinks and how much it does has a big impact on the cost of the product. Now, the other thing I wanted to share was this quite nice, it raises questions, but it's a quite nice product from Google, which is called Code Wiki. And you basically link let's actually go to codewiki.google.
This is my first time hearing it.
Codewiki.google. It's crazy how Google is a domain. It is. Google. You can't buy that though. Like, that's probably something they've done secretly, right?
Well, you can buy it if you have a gazillion amount of money.
This is quite a cool website. Oh, that's cool. Check this cube.
Yeah.
Check this cube out, right? Stay up here. The cube.
But is it 3D or is it just like a bunch of div blocks?
Looks like divs. So it goes behind there, then it goes there. I don't know where it's going. I love the chromatic aberration on there, mate. That could be 3D.
And the light refraction.
There you go, and then it's out the bottom. It's taking you on a journey. See. So anyway, what this is doing is it will look at your code base, constantly assess it, and create a wiki describing what it what it's learned from the code base. And then you can obviously query the code base here, and it draws up diagrams and stuff like that. A really nice way to just understand what the code is doing. You've got all these chapters and things like that. And I think you can, I think this is genuine. This is actually a wiki which you can share and whatever and this sort of stuff. So quite nice.
Yeah.
It does raise the question, and I'll bring Trey back into this, actually. I didn't intend on doing this, but I'll bring Trey back into it. Like, if we're constantly interacting with like our code through LLMs, like what's the point in having a wiki anymore? Because we're so used to just dive. I suppose this is good for non-developers, maybe.
Yeah.
But then why would you read up about code bases as a non-developer? I don't know. But coders will have the code base. They'll have their AI developer thing in front of them, and they will query the code, or they'll query it with an AI attached to the code. They'll go into ask mode. So a lot of these tools now have like a chat mode, something like that, where they can say what is going on in this. I think I wanted to show about Tray. By the way, I'm not sponsored by Tray. Before I even said anything, I'm not sponsored by Tray. I was just quite impressed with it. My initial prompt went ahead and created quite a nice document that I was able to review. So it created a technical architecture document here, where it kind of outlined everything, the URLs, the route, that it's going to define, what OCR, because it was a scanning app and all this sort of stuff. You can see the similarities here to Google Wiki, or this Wiki tool.
Yeah.
So how useful is it going to be? I don't know. This is my question to you people, is how useful is a Google Wiki? Regardless, I think it's a free tool. This is surefire away for Google just to eat up all of that code data and be like, right, we can learn from code bases that aren't used. I think you can link it to private GitHubs as well and all this sort of stuff. So it's definitely a information gathering tool, but that's what we've spoke about in the past. As long as Google providing value, here for it.
I don't know how much of the information that they gather will be helpful, because I will feel bad for whoever
anyone
tries
looking at your code.
Yeah.
Same. I'll be honest. Same. Half my code's regurgitated AI slop anyway. I just know how to put it together in such a way where it works. Yeah. So I think that. Nano Banana. Let's talk about Nano Banana. You'll take this away, huh?
I haven't used it. Have you?
I did in Stitch, but that's not really Nano Banana, and not really what it's intended on doing. But it's a new impressive model that can both generate and edit, and I'm loving the edit capabilities of Nano Banana. That's one thing it shines on.
I'm here for the memes, so I'm going to like the one that I sent it to you. I'll try to open it up.
Put that into Nano Banana and then give it a snapshot of you and I right now and see if you can add us to the boys.
That's a good, that's a good idea. Let me. I don't have. Let me Nano. Where do you access it? Nano.
Probably just Gemini.google.com.
Yeah, true. Oh yeah, create image. Nano Banana, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have the new one. Anyway,
I'll have a look at my end and see what we can come up with. Google.
Do you remember, like a few weeks ago, I started like the free trial for Google One? They charged me, and I asked for money back because I.
Oh yeah. No, they don't do refunds. Yeah,
I don't know if they did. I will.
That seemed to have come really quickly because I think I was only just charged for my one.
Yeah.
I'm doing it my end, by the way, as well. So, what are you?
Yeah.
Are you getting there?
Let's both do it. I don't know if I can add multiple images yet.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Oh, it seems like we can. So can you look at the camera in a way that you're like full screen so I can...
hang on.
No,
is that good?
The barcode is on your head.
Like this?
Oh, yeah.
Hang on, I'm going to do it as well. Hang on. Stay where you are. Right. Go on then. 3, 2, 1. Good. There you go. Yeah. Let's see what we can do. Which one are you doing? Because there's plenty of these boys images.
Image the boys. I did the first one. Let's see. I think I'm lazy. I just did a screenshot. Oh.
Is it saying?
There are a lot of people I can help with, but I can't edit some public figures. Do you have anyone else in mind?
How did
the public figures?
Yeah, exactly. So how did they make this image? We should share the image, by the way, for all these people.
So let me share my screen and share the images and what we try to do, but
see if it works for me, but I doubt it.
Yeah. So it seems like people are having a lot of fun. Let me actually
we always click at the
same time. We do
it
at the same time, yeah. Okay, so it seems like people are having a lot of fun with Google's new Nano Banana tool. So they are like making boys' night out images, and these are going absolutely viral. I mean, this one has 51K likes. When I sent it to you like an hour, 2 hours ago, it had 25. So it doubled the likes. Just people loving them because they are funny. A lot of these people in this picture, they absolutely hate each other's guts. But it looks like so real. Like,
why is Elon Musk always smoking?
Yeah, I don't know. People are he's not.
Oh, it's by the same person. Okay,
probably. I don't know.
I'm guessing they probably had API access. They've got API access to Nano Banana, so they're able to bypass.
I don't know. Maybe this is a meme people are doing. Maybe I'm too old for this. I don't know, but it's quite funny. So a bunch of billionaires, and this one specifically, this one. Like I look at this and I'm like,
you couldn't tell.
How would I know that this is AI? Because with others, like with this one, the ratios are a bit messed up. Like not too much, but a bit, a tiny bit. Or like you could figure out something with the charging thing. It's not really right, or whatever this is. Like you could find some details.
Okay, I've got a test.
But this one, I genuinely can't. I'm like, if you like, we were saying this about our grandparents, if they would see, they would think it's AI. Then we were saying like, well, our parents would think this is real. Well, I said it backward. Like if they would see AI, they would think it's real with parents. And now I myself, like I see this and I could not know, because even like the height, I know like Elon Musk is quite tall. I don't know the height of the others because,
but the clothing sense, like Sam Altman looks like, that's what he dresses like, and the leather jacket of the Nvidia CEO, I don't know his name.
Jensen. He always has this leather jacket. He's a cool dude.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's cool. And here they are having like the party, but also the way they are all facing the camera is funny in a way.
Okay.
Anyway, or this one, I mean.
Okay.
Look at this.
You need to see something.
Okay. I don't know if I want to.
I don't know if you want to either. They've taken some liberties.
Okay, show me. I'm ready. Oh my god.
What?
What have you done?
I said, put me and Kabaza in banana suits hanging out in a car park.
In a car park?
I mean, would you believe that's...
I
don't believe you've ever had that, unless they've interpreted your hair as your beard for some reason, but
it mixes it a bit, but it's pretty good. And the physics of the clothing, like, I'm sitting and the banana cloth is on the physics makes sense. like the stretching of everything, the bending. Yeah.
I'm just posting this to Twitter.
Okay. Yeah.
I think
Nano
we could.
bananas.
There you go. Right, that's on Twitter.
No,
But
these
yeah,
are maxi bananas.
maxi bananas.
Maxi
Not.
ultra plus bananas.
Yeah, it's interesting how it's gone for a super widescreen thing, but
yeah, I don't know. It's just
mm,
it's still
Nano
using
Banana.
the golden ratio, like the
Yeah,
one
there's
third.
definitely some consideration on the composition.
Yeah.
But look, now you can see now upscaled. You can see the resemblance, but it starts to lose it. Oh no, because I just
You
downloaded the
tweeted?
upscaled version. This is
Oh
the
yeah, I see.
tweeted version.
Oh yeah,
Oh
I
no,
see. I
hang
see.
on. No, it's not the tweeted. The
I
one
don't look like myself
yeah,
as much
I,
anymore if I
yeah.
zoom in. And also the
So if
glasses are not. Why do we
this
have
is
the
the
same
quick one.
shoes? I mean, we have the same outfit, so
Yeah,
checks out.
we're dressed up for a pie.
But even our shoes are matched.
So, it starts to lose its believability to here. But,
Yeah.
there you go. Wonder where we are. Where do you reckon we are?
Yeah, I don't know if it's even a real place.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, a note on this, like this image generation tool. There are a bunch of services to know when you sign up for a bank, for example, they ask you to take a picture with something like with your ID card or something like this.
Did it today, yeah.
That I don't know how secure.
I mean, they're awful. Rest assured, they are friggin' awful because these banks can't build jack shit. Okay,
Yeah.
I tried to do it my government one. There's a government thing that I had to do today. Just couldn't do it. So even if you did fake it, they couldn't do it.
It's not secure. I mean, it wasn't great, and now it's even worse.
Well, if they did get one thing right, then I have to actually scan my passport. Like I have to put my phone up against my passport and scan it, as well as take a video. So there is this multi-step thing that, I mean, it's not impossible. If someone really wanted to, they'd steal my passport and do this, that, and the other with my public written.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, what if I take, for example, an image of you or just your passport? It's your passport, but I go through. I mean, these AI tools will probably have something like this. I believe printers had this. Like, I don't know if you can. I heard that Photoshop has something like this, against not letting you edit like photo money or something like this. But still, there will be some tools very soon that will allow you to take like a picture of your passport and put my picture holding it, also my picture inside of the passport, and maybe even change the information, whatever.
Yeah. So it's not impossible. Like Gemini can block it on their website. Adobe can block it on their app and things like that. But it doesn't mean it's impossible. But yeah, I guess that's why you need multi-factor authentication now. You need to be able to scan my passport, and you need to be able to, do a 3D, but they just need to up their game, They need to up their authentication game. That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's these banks, these governments, they need to get on there. Do you know what I mean? They need to get on it, because it won't be it won't be long before we're able to do a 3D scan or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think any of these will solve the issue entirely, unless we probably need some level of biometric identification, maybe like doing fingerprint with iris scan and 3D face all at the same time, something like this, something that is maybe hardware bound. I don't know. That it's going to be a hell of a ride.
Yeah, for sure. Should we move on to the comments and call it a day?
Yeah, I think we don't have much else. Yeah.
I mean, we could talk for hours. We could do this, but
That's true.
We have to call it quits at some point, you know.
We'll go and play my multiplayer flight simulator game.
Antigravity game.
Yeah. I asked it to be multiplayer, but I haven't tried that. I don't know how that would even work. So
sockets, I guess.
Yeah, I just burnt a bunch of tokens.
You don't need to worry about it. AI will figure it out for you.
Yeah.
So do you want to? Well, you got 2 comments up there. Do you want to talk about those?
Should I open them? Okay, then I will.
Open the videos and then discuss the comment.
And what was the section that we had with the you had a intro for it?
Probably on the last week's. Got to add those to the template.
Yeah. Now I know I missed it. I will add it.
No, I'm bloody missed a million tabs right now.
Yeah, I see. All right, so I'll add it and we'll talk about the comments. So this is comment section where we will talk about things that you had to say. So make sure to comment under the videos that we have, and we'll discuss them in the show next week. So the first comment I want to share, let me also share my screen. So the first comment is about AI coding is making me hate programming. This is about how AI is changing us, how we program. And this comment caught my attention. I 100% agree with this. Reviewing code is not nearly as fun as designing and writing it yourself. And if AI ends up turning you into a full-time reviewer, then that's not coding anymore. It's not really fun. And I just want to touch on this, but because I feel like this is what I'm also starting to do. I'm not much of a coder. I'm prompting, but I see that I'm just managing. And I'm not sure if it's the most fun part of the job. Maybe the fun is in the making it and not into just necessarily managing, whether it's people or a few AI agents doing it. So what do you think of this? Because you are essentially a full-time reviewer. You are not writing a lot of code, but you're reviewing it, right? Even if you
well, so the way I interpret this is like there's no right or wrong. You know, there's no people. Some people enjoy coding and some people enjoy managing, right? A lot of that's how you progress up in the career ladder to inevitably manage a team of people and this and that, right? It's a skill that not everyone wants to possess. So it's fine to feel this way. I would say, and I think I mentioned this last week, is that one thing I am enjoying is that coding, like I'm now able to delegate the coding aspect, and then I can take the responsibility of, yes, I manage those coding people, but also I'm able to absorb and use the app more, click around, test for bugs, try and think of user journeys. That doesn't work in like a team of people. I totally understand that. That only really works as a solo dev with some element of creative control. However, I'm finding my responsibilities are, more in a place where I enjoy. I still like coding. Don't get me wrong. I'll dust off the old fingers every now and again and do some hand coding. I did some hand coding today, but I can totally understand why people just don't they don't care. A lot of developers, like famously, just hate design and CSS, and they just want to stay in the code. They just don't care about whatever. They will build literally the worst feature a human, as long as they get to build it and write some code, they're happy. They just don't care about anything that exists outside of their code editor. Different strokes for different folks, isn't it, really?
Yeah, but I do see myself not enjoying prompting a lot. So I do prompt, I get whatever I'm building to a point, and then very quickly I add controls and some UI so I can start like fine-tuning things myself, because that's what I enjoy. I enjoy like crafting it. So whether it's writing the code or adding some UI to fine-tune the code that you are writing, I enjoy that level of control, and not necessarily like tell the AI to add something and just see how it did it. That is fun to build like some of the fundamentals, but at some other parts not as much. But yeah, I'm also doing some hand coding. Like I have multiple agents and multiple instances of cursor, like multiple windows. I don't know if people do this. I don't know if that's normal, but I do it that way. So I have multiple projects essentially. In one project, I'm building like a tool. I'm prompting because I don't understand even like a small portion of the code because how complex it is. I'm building a tool and trying to do it MVP or whatever. And in another, I'm building like a mini tool and I'm trying to learn it. So I'm like literally hand coding every piece and just using the ask mode strictly to ask, not even to copy paste the syntax, but like very generic questions. So like compare it similar to searching can I use or something like this at most. But I try to even reduce that because I want to build up that understanding before I go too much into the building, so I can see how the things work together. So
yeah,
I do enjoy that.
And there's no, everyone's, and we were talking about this before the show as well, is that there is so many ways you can use AI. To categorically say AI is good or AI is bad because of the way that you use it for the things that you're using it for, it doesn't matter. Like you've got your own experience and that's fine for you to feel like way, but it's not the end of coding because it's very bad at coding. Do you know what I mean? Like it's fine to not enjoy the coding aspect, and it's fine to use AI to question and query and learn so you can inevitably code it. Just use it for wherever you feel like it gives you strengths. Feels like when DJs use auto sync. Use technology to your advantage. If it slows you down, stop using it. If it makes you worse, stop using it. If it makes you better,
and we will see that. We will see how that pans out with AI. Like everybody can create images, but we have only this much time to enjoy the best, right? And we will collectively as society will do that. A comment that is kind of like relevant to what we are exactly talking about is about the video that we made about Mr. Doob, the creator of 3JS. He's using AI to prompt the new updates, and somebody is asking, I thought coding had died. This is the news anyway. Everything is AI and vibe coding now. So I think the question here is, if everything is vibe coding, why do we have like 3JS being coded? That's at least how I see it. So we do have AI, but we still need to advance on our libraries. Our libraries can be more efficient, and also they can add new features. They can do more stuff, and then these AI agents can use these AI created libraries. I mean, by somebody like Mr. Doob, I wouldn't really necessarily saying AI created. He knows what he's doing, but yeah, for our advantage at the end of the day. So it's kind of like we're building on top of what we already have, and people who know how to code they can use AI to their advantage to add high quality code written by AI, but still high quality code, and just add it on top. And we'll see where we go with this. That's how I see it.
Someone left a comment on one of my LinkedIn posts, which I don't entirely agree with, but I see where they're getting at. They said something quite nice, and it was that AI is there to replace typing. It's not there to replace thinking. Now, I do think AI can think for you. It's thought about many features that I've not known how to implement, right? So it's not terrible at thinking. However, when someone's used AI, you can certainly assume the level of involvement they've had on the product or how important it is. But it starts to fade away as you get deeper and deeper into these lower level systems. So like Mr. Do probably can get away with very specific vibe coded aspects of the library, but I bet anything more detailed than that directly. Well, you can't. I guess he's interacting directly with WebGL, but if he's writing shaders or whatever, that's what you start. The AI-ness of that experience starts to fade away a little bit. And again, it goes to the broadness of AI just being so broad. People just say that, people who use AI don't think. Don't assume that just because you can not think with AI. You can do very, very specific, very intricate things with AI, certainly with coding, that a lot of thinking is needed to make that one specific change. So it's funny how people paint AI with a brush using their own experience and their own colors, as opposed to does that make sense? I don't know if that's making sense.
It does. It does make sense, actually.
But yeah, interesting. I have less of a comment, more of a follow-on from something we spoke about last week, which was Anthropic's article on MCPs.
That they were saying MCPs suck.
They were saying, well, they weren't. We said MCPs. So they were saying that MCPs might not be the best thing, right? It's quite an old article, but I think someone I saw beginning of the month. But I don't know what came first. Maybe this article influenced the Anthropic one, but this actually gives you a practical guide on how to. Let me bring up our video as well, just so we're paying reference to that. Which just went out actually, so that's good. I'm looking
for our video on MCPs.
For our video on MCPs.
Yeah. So what is this article about? Is it that defending MCPs?
So this is our video making AI dumber. It's an article from Anthropic, which they talk about somewhere here, and they talk about this pattern. You can see this is a servers folder. I don't want to move too much because we'll lose there we go. There's a servers folder because AI is really good at writing code. So rather than giving an MCP loaded into, say, Claude Code, give it a folder of code that interacts with Google Drive and Salesforce here. And then AI will be smart enough to figure out, what code it needs to write to import those libraries. And they found 150,000 tokens got reduced to 2,000 tokens of context, a 98.7% reduction, time and cost saving, because they're not using MCPs. And I was left at the end of that being like, how does this all tie together? And that's where this article comes in, where he talks about how to actually do it. And ultimately, here we go. There's some bash stuff here. Ultimately, the way I interpret it is you can actually download if the MCP is on a GitHub repo, you basically download the GitHub repo into your folder of your project, and you say in your rules, you basically say there is a folder here for you to interact with the Google Drive MCP and whatever. Granted, I've not read this in much depth, but I watched a kind of review on it, and this is like, again, just further enforcing or something to read when it comes to trying to reduce MCP users, because MCPs they just suck. They really do take up so much context. Some things you can't get around. I've tried, but it's definitely something if I get some downtime, I'm definitely going to explore kind of removing MCPs from my workflow as much as I can, and use this article to actually do this. So Anthropic MCPs. I am looking for the original article here, and I'm looking for the date. So November 4th, and this one was written on November 2nd. So actually, Anthropic might have even read this article that you're looking at right now, and this article, and actually took some inspiration from it. So anyway, I just wanted to follow on from last week's discussion and give you some further reading into why MCPs suck. So that's that.
We'll see what we do with that. It seems like we're trying to just scale up, and we had also NVIDIA's earning call, by the way, not
NVIDIA's earning call.
Yeah. They are doing great on theory, like on the surface, it looks really good.
Yeah, I think Bitcoin frigging crashed last week. Apparently, it's still crazy. It's still like 90 grand, but like on the other side of that, AI and stocks with that. I think Google, one of the founders of Google, became overtook Jeff Bezos as the richest person in the world because of Gemini 3 release.
It's going crazy, and it's just a bunch of companies. We have talked about this numerous times. What is new, what I learned today by watching a few videos, is that it seems like that NVIDIA is selling a lot of GPUs, but it doesn't really look great on how they are going to get their money. So they are not just selling them today, they are selling them, also the ones that they have, what's it called, like the orders that they have, right? They are selling the GPUs that they are going to produce next year, and it's not very clear how OpenAI is going to pay, because when we talk about like Google and Facebook, they have like actual money. They have a lot of money. And where do they have the money from? They have it from ads. So these are businesses that they are proven that they are making money. They've been making money. But with OpenAI, they haven't really made money. They are constantly losing money. And it's just that we're basically saying, is this a cycle that can go on forever? Or is this going to crash sometime? Or maybe it's not a cycle, it's not going to crash. What is the alternative? What is not the alternative? What is the goal? The goal is for them to be profitable. And this is what I really can't see. Like, I have difficulty seeing like how OpenAI can be profitable against all the money. Yeah. And here's the point, not everybody is going to pay. I legitimately I'm considering unsubscribing. The only reason I keep it because I have projects and folders and instructions, but it's not really difficult to even move that out of the OpenAI system and just have it somewhere else for free. And open source is getting better and better, and all of these like huge amount of money that we are talking about is going, like, I don't know an actual percentage, but just if I would say a number, it's probably like 90%, maybe even more than 90% of the money is spent on training the AI. And the inference is apparently much cheaper. So if the inference is cheaper, it means that until when are we going to train AI? Will we hit a wall or not? We don't know. And the inference which is us using the compute of these servers to run the AI models, that is going to go down, and that is not going to make up for the 90% of the money that they are spending on the training. So,
well, so much to say here, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is why I think Gemini 3 is kind of really hit a peak. Like, I think Gemini 3 will be good enough, and it's more than good enough, sorry, for most people. And I think we'll have marginal increases from this point onwards. I really do. And what's going to happen is that technology is going to get better for us to be able to run this stuff locally. Don't get me wrong, AI has changed the face of the planet, right? It's changed. We cannot go back now to, certainly people like us, where I can use AI to do so much more, be much more productive because of AI. Computers and our hardware will naturally increase to the capacity where we can run AI locally on our phones, on our computer. There'll be no need for all of these streaming services. I mean, I like OpenAI's ambitions, and they're really trying to they're throwing so much out there. They're really trying to find a use case for AI. You can't knock them for trying, but I honestly just think that AI will be a very, very good counterpart for us to live our everyday lives. And I think Gemini 3 is good enough for that. That's just something I'm feeling recently. Like, saying all that, we weren't going to go into it, but naturally we just waffle. So, I shared the wrong screen, didn't I? Let me find the right screen. So, Anthropic are set to become profitable 2 years ahead of OpenAI.
Okay.
Let me profitability. Let's do this. Share this tab and says which I don't. Oh, okay, it's a paywall thing. Which basically, I'll give you the long and short of it. Anthropic is set to become profitable in 2028. OpenAI set to become profitable in 2030. Which, by the way, that sounds a hell of a lot shorter time than what I thought it would be, right? You know, you're talking about OpenAI spending billions. They were both spending billions. But for OpenAI, specifically throwing so much money at stuff to become profitable in 2030, which is, 5 years' time, it's crazy. You can kind of expect it a little bit from Claude just because they are very expensive. I think people talk about Claude being so expensive, but I actually think they're realistic. I think they are realistic. I think so many of these companies are taking a loss, whereas Claude are being smart about it, being like, no, this is how much it actually goes. They probably still are taking a loss, to be honest, but they're more realistic with it than OpenAI that's giving it to you for $20 a month. Like, it'll be an interesting 5 years. That's what the news has been saying this week about profitability, but I just don't know.
So, all of this sounds like AGI is not real or not around the corner. What they've been saying.
No one knows really what AGI is, right? You say it changes definition every week. So once it comes out, the normies, people, us techies, are so like, this is the thing, whereas normies are just like, what does AI stand for?
Yeah, but we know what AGI is. Like, we have a clear definition for it. I'm upset that some altman is changing the definition to make it less, AGI,
less of a pedestal, putting it less and less on a pedestal so that they can reach it.
Well, the whole point of AGI is being general intelligent. It's like it can do what human can do, but at the speed of AI, right? That's it. But what some altman is reducing to is like these language modules that are prediction machines, essentially. That's not. I'll know when I see AGI, and I will let you know.
You hear that, folks? We don't need to worry about when AGI is, because Baz will let us know, because he is the authority on it.
Yeah, I'm very I'm very picky on this because I talk about my philosopher friend with I talk to him about consciousness and creativity and freedom and all of that and
Boogers.
what it means. Yeah, it's a lot of this. And I hate it when some old man comes and says, we have this thing around the corner, it's AGI. It's like no, not really. Okay, let's end with this. I had it on my screen. I want to show it.
No.
Do you know this website?
No.
It says ismycomputeronfire.com.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
quite
a
clearly because
website
you're on the
for
website, but
yeah, that's the whole point. So there's a domain for that, and people are.
I was up
I said this.
very... Oh, go on.
Yeah, I was searching for is my computer online or something like this, and then it says yes because obviously, and I said this because we had an outage again, but another story. It doesn't really matter. Well, it does, but it's becoming a weekly thing. Like we have an outage every week, so maybe AI coding is to blame.
Well, that's all we got time for. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Command AI Show. If you're on YouTube right now, give us a like or subscribe.
Yeah,
we're nearly at like 800 now, which is crazy.
No, we are over 800.
Oh, over 800. I'm so happy with how it's grown. But
we were 820 and now we are 823. So within like last hour or so, we have already added 3. So
scan the QR code. This side. To come join us over on YouTube, give us a subscribe and all that good stuff. Join us next week for all the news in AI design and dev. I've been Sam.
And I've been Kabarza. This is Command AI, and peace out.
What is that?